infinite power.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ghost 267 today, coming with you with a new series, the Let's Drive series, this time from Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, this game has been out for a while, but I've been playing it for quite a while as well. As you can see here, my profile here, professional, level 16, with almost 23,000 kilometers driven. I've got a total of 2 small garages and 2 trucks, so I'm going to hop right into it. At the moment, I believe I am in Amsterdam. I've got 2 garages, and one of them is in London, the other in Amsterdam. And I've got a driver working for my little trucking company. So I'm just going to be doing a short little trip today on my Let's Drive series, talking about life, talking about gaming, talking about trucks, because trucks are cool. And I think that Euro Truck is a great little game to play when you're bored or just want to relax and not really have to worry about shooting anything. This is my Volvo truck. There's a little bit of a graphic glitch in the background. I'm working on fixing that. It's caused from one of my mods, but no big deal there. Gonna get right into it here. I do use a Logitech steering wheel. I don't have the pedals quite set up yet, but I do have a steering wheel, so I'm not driving on keyboard and mouse controls. Anyway, this is the exterior of the truck. The game looks very nice. I've got a little mod set up for the Premiere in the background there. Anyway, I'm going to get the truck nice and started here, and then I'm going to head over to the job market, see where I can head. So do something probably short today. Right now I'm in Amsterdam, so I want to find something that's not going to be too terribly long. See, the majority of this trip here, it's only a 267 kilometer trip on land. So figuring in for all the time of the ferry, that's really not too bad. But that doesn't pay too well. Let's see here. I'm going to organize it by price per distance and see what's the highest amount of money I can get here. Now, let's see, this is a 4-hour trip. This is an 11-hour trip. I'll do a 4-hour trip. Why not keep it small for the first little voyage right here? We're going to go from Amsterdam in the Netherlands to Brussels in Belgium. So I'm going to set that truck as my GPS destination, and we're going to be getting on out of this little inn, heading off to pick up the freight, and it's going to be great. I'm sure that by now this game came out a couple years ago, so the majority of people who are interested in Euro Truck have played Euro Truck, but for those of you who haven't, I will be talking about some of the various controls. It is a very realistic game. Obviously, if you run a red light or if you run into another vehicle, you will be fined pretty heavily, and you aren't really going to be able to afford very many of them. So you definitely want to avoid being fined for simple things like that. But I'm going to be sitting at the light right here, noticing my my nice built-in navigation system right over there, my bobblehead dog, my little compass wallet, and my lunch on the passenger side right over there. Where am I even supposed to be turning? I'm turning left. Okay, sorry. Not sure how I missed that in the past, but too busy noticing my bobblehead dog, which does, as you can probably tell, actually bobblehead. So very nice touch. This is actually part of the new DLC that just came out about a month or so ago. So it's good to see that this game is indeed in active development even still. So I like to see that. And like I said, the game came out in 2012, and it's currently fourth quarter 2015, and they are still developing new mods for the game. So or new mods and new expansion packs, so good for SCS software. Alright, here we are. I'm going to be picking up, I think I've got a big old trailer today. Let's see exactly what it is. First, hold on, I need to come back here to receive my job pickup. There we are. I'm grabbing a Raba Steiger 250, so some sort of construction equipment here. I am in the Netherlands after all. Don't expect me to know what that exactly is, although it just looks like some sort of... let's see, I'm kind of curious as to what this is now. Trying to figure out what the best camera view mode would be for it, but... yeah, it just looks like a vehicle used in construction, one of maybe a cab, maybe you can add a blade or something to it after the fact, I'm not 100% sure, but do notice in shifting in this game is, I have it set to semi-realistic, so I don't have to shift every single gear, but I do have to shift between drive, neutral, and reverse. And the only reason I don't shift between every gear is because there are 12 of them, and doing so with the little paddle shifters I have here would be quite a pain with all the city driving that's done in the game. But alright there, got my shoot, and I'm still in reverse. Got my trailer there attached, so I'm gonna head right on out of here and start making my way over to Brussels. After sitting through this nice little line of traffic, trying to get out of here, turning left. Looks like, are they waiting for me to go? I can't tell, looks like they, no, they are not. That's one problem. This game usually, I find, the AI tends to kind of populate the longer you spend in an area. So, oh, come on. So the longer you spend in a city, the more traffic you'll find in it. So if you just get into a city, it's not going to be too bad. I barely cleared that car though. It's quite a small road we've got around here. It's also worth noting, I'm not sure if you can tell from just watching the game, but it is very noticeable when you have cargo, when you're pulling a trailer, than it is when you're not. It is, you know, much slower to accelerate and slow down and everything, so you can really feel the weight of the trailer you're pulling. And it is quite long, really. I mean, you could almost, it seems like you could fit like something else on the back here. Look at that, quite big. Also found that for whatever reason I like to favor right in this truck, probably just because, yeah, you don't, I mean, usually you have wide loads or oversized loads and you don't want to hit the cars in the lanes next to you. But since I am going to be turning left here eventually, I'm going to get over into that lane and slowing down quite promptly. Inching forward a little bit. This is after all, a European truck, so it's got a nice flat front here. Yeah, that doesn't sound too good, now does it? Not sure if I should go get that checked out, or... No, I think we're fine. Slowly accelerating. You can see it's nice on my little GPS navigation in the right hand side. I've got it tells me the maximum speed limit in a town, and if you pass a speed camera you will get fined for speeding. You will get a considerable fine for speeding. They don't add up or anything, and you don't get like insurance points or anything like that, but you will get fined, and you will have to watch your money, because things are very expensive, and if you're not careful you can really get in debt pretty quickly if you take out any loans or anything. That guy's making quite a risky maneuver with a double trailer there. Anyway, I'm going to get onto the Cologne-Osnabrück A1 freeway here, and hopefully get out into some roads where I can just keep moving pretty consistently instead of all the stop-and-go traffic that we're getting. I must say though, it is a very nice Euro truck, and they have a lot of options for mods, so you can really change anything. You can get custom trailers. I've seen custom boats that are so big they don't fit on any of the roads. There's really quite a lot of options when it comes to modding, and I'm gonna just try and sneak right on out of here and get on rolling. It's worth noting, my company is like when I founded it, its home base is in England, so that would make them, you know, by default my truck came with a right-hand drive and and the game defaulted to all of the currency being in pounds, but I've switched it over to euro and kilometers an hour just because it's more of a European experience. Being from the United States, I wanted to get the whole Euro truck experience, so I switched it over to fully metric system and all of that. But I'll hop over into the right lane here. So the maximum speed limit on these roads are 130. I'm probably going to be going about 90 just so I don't take any turns and knock over my whole trailer back there. And this is a short run. It's worth pointing out, I noticed, I just forgot, if you are new to Euro Truck, time and distance is accurate. So that would mean that from Brussels to Amsterdam, I don't remember what it was at the beginning, but it probably would be about 300 kilometers. But in the game time moves faster. So all of the time estimates and whatnot are realistic to real world, but as you can tell, if you were watching the time right there, we're at 4 hours and 17 minutes, and now we just went to 4 hours and 16, and we're going to keep on. And I just realized I lost my cruise control. But yeah, so the time distance are sped up. So a 4 hour and some odd trip is only going to take us about right here, maybe 15 minutes at the most, 15 to 20 minutes. So stay tuned. It's not going to be that long, I promise. Keep in mind there's a lot of other content on my channel. I'm working on building up some YouTube content, but this is just something I like to do in my spare time at the end of the day or whatever, and throw out a nice YouTube video about it. I found that, yeah, Euro Truck can be a pretty nice game to watch. I'm not even sure if I need a signal because I'm already in this lane. But yeah, Euro Truck game is a nice game to watch. It's I find it to be pretty relaxing, especially if the YouTuber is talking about things that aren't mind-numbingly boring. And hopefully I'm not. So, and if I am, please tell me, and I will fix it. I'm not sure exactly why I keep losing my cruise control here. I have a button, and the cruise control shows up right there in the center next to where it says D11 in my on my dashboard console. Right now it's at 0 because it's not set, but I keep setting it to 90 and it keeps getting unset. I'm not really sure when I'm doing that, but I digress. I'm going to try and get past this guy because I do not think he's going 90, so that's what I want to be going, so that's what I'm going to be going after I get past. Anyway, a little editing was done right there. There was a little bit of a game freeze a little bit later. That doesn't usually happen, although I had some other things running in the background, so that's what ended up happening. So, little cut was made. There was an autosave very shortly thereafter, so not much time was lost. So, I'm back on the road here with about 3 hours and 30 minutes left to go to Brussels on my Amsterdam run. So, everything's going quite well. We are just chugging along on the bridge here, and as you may have noticed, the game does in fact have rest, fatigue, and fuel requirements. So, as you can see in the bottom there, just left of the on the dashboard, that is, just left of the primary speedometer and tachometer, you've got the bottommost bar, which represents the fuel. I'm at about half a tank, and if you look over to the right side of the dashboard, you can see that that's about 446 kilometers left on that tank of gas, so that's absolutely plenty. We've got about 200 left on this trip, but if I pass a gas station, I probably will stop in it to refuel. And as you can tell by the signs here, it looks like we're coming up on a truck stop or parking station, so you can head in there and sleep overnight and get rid of the fatigue or whatever it is. And because that is indeed an issue, you can fall asleep at the wheel, which is quite realistic, although usually if you time it right, it won't be a problem. I'm going to go ahead and pass this truck here because he's driving quite too slow for where I'm going here. And don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen, passing trucks in Euro Truck, because you do end up going pretty fast, and it is very easy to tip your truck in this game. But as long as you're careful with the various maneuvers you make, it's usually okay. But as I said earlier, it is a very serious game. It's not a game. It's certainly no Grand Theft Auto or anything. You don't go and run into things, because it'll certainly put you back, and it won't take very much to go bankrupt and lose money. I had to make a second profile because I not taking it seriously enough, and took out a loan, bought a truck, and ended up just going bankrupt because I didn't bring in enough money to pay off the loan, and there you go. But another thing that I find funky with the game map mechanics, and I've never been to all of these regions, so I'm frankly not sure if this is realistic or not, but these roads are very small, like this turnoff right here. So if you've noticed, look in the left mirror right now. Had there been a car there, he probably would have been run off the road, because I wouldn't have been able to make that turn narrow enough to not hit him. So fortunately, there was no one there to be hit, but had there been, there would have been quite an issue, because there was a good chance that he would have been hit. But 2 hours and 45 minutes left. In-game time, of course, it's looking at only about 10 minutes left. 168 kilometers, so hopefully we'll come across a gas station in that time. Although if we don't, it's absolutely no big deal whatsoever. So speed limit dropped to only 80 kilometers an hour in this area, so it is more of a rural country road, so I'm going to try and keep it there manually without decelerating too much, because I don't want it to have to rebuild the momentum going up again. Got a turn coming up here. Don't want to miss it. Just gonna try and straight merge right into this. This is a little bit of a funky turn, not exactly 90 degrees, but still enough of a turn that you'd have to slow down to that slow of a speed. Anyway, future plans for this series, I hope to be making a good Let's Drive video, maybe once a week or so, and discussing all sorts of things. This week, I'm really, as you've probably been able to tell, really focusing on the general mechanics of Euro Truck Simulator, although in future weeks I hope to cover other topics, just whatever I feel like talking about. Hopefully the viewer count will improve and increase over the time, and I'll be able to, make videos and discuss things that people actually want to hear or care about. At the moment, or as of late, I've spent a lot of time working on the Star Wars Battlefront beta videos, but there will definitely be more videos of all kinds, and hopefully the viewers will come as those are released. About 2 hours left, 128 kilometers. So making our way over to Brussels, quite chugging along, speeding a little bit, but there aren't any speeding cameras out here, so I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. But I do notice up here on this sign that there is a fuel station ahead, so I will be pulling off and stopping there. It's on the left side of the road, so I'm just going to have to cut across here, but that's just fine. And I overshot it just a little bit, so I'm just going to back up a little bit. That was a little bit of a harsh stop as well, but it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it in neutral, throw the parking brake on, stop the engine, and press and hold the joystick button to refuel, and watch the money be burnt away to the petrol station. The nice news is you only have to do this maybe once every 3 trips or so, and even still, I was only at half a tank when I came in here, so it's not too bad, really. But it does certainly cost money, and it's just another expense to have to worry about, really. But I'm going to get my mirror looking down the way here, and everything looks clear, so I'm going to be just merging right back onto traffic and continuing the 1-hour journey into Brussels, Belgium. As you can tell by that sign, the EU sign, we just crossed the border into Belgium. So left the Netherlands into Belgium. Speed limit went up to 90 kilometers an hour with the border change, so things are looking up here. We should be on our way here pretty shortly. And quickly approaching one of the hardest parts of driving in Euro Truck, which is parking the trailer. It's possible to skip parking the trailer and backing it into its spot, although I don't like to do so because I find it to be a little unrealistic, and part of the fun is the challenge of parking the truck. So looks like this road winds a little bit, but that should be fine. There's not that many other people on it, so I don't have to worry too much about going a little bit over the line. Otherwise, I would probably be going a little bit slower because this truck does sway quite a bit when it's got such a heavy trailer attached to it. Debating with myself whether I want to pass this. Yeah, I'm going to pass this guy. Oh shoot, now it's an illegal pass, but it's fine. Got right past them, slipped in right behind this other truck, which seems to be carrying some sort of big tubing. And I'm gonna have to slow down quite a bit to yield to this guy. See, so that's a problem with the way it's realistic, but it's quite a problem with the way that I like to drive. See, I pulled up right behind him and then had to brake pretty hard, and now I'm struggling to get the momentum back going again. So realistic, but a little frustrating. You'll notice on the right about the location of that upright rear view mirror, you've got a hanging soccer ball in true European style, fully embracing the Euro truck ideals here. Still stuck behind this yellow truck, kind of regretting the not passing him, although I am coming up on a turn pretty soon over to Brussels on E19, so should be getting there pretty soon. It's worth noting that all the signs and the roads and whatnot are fully realistic. This is essentially a scaled model of real Europe, you know, as far as the main inner country roads go and whatnot. This guy's taking the same route as I am, so hopefully it's not going to get too backed up here and we can get nice and moving. And that was my loan installment of $5,788, which is paying for my second garage and my second truck. But I do have now someone working for me, so usually he's able to cover the loan payment in his income here. And I do have a merging lane here, which I'm going to take full advantage of and not get hit by that Scania truck. Only 61 kilometers away here, looking at just 58 minutes away from our delivery point in Belgium, Brussels. Nice detail right there. You see the electric train running across the bridge right back there. It's quite a detailed game, although I mean you can't really explore many areas other than, well, the roads. The cities are fairly or marginally true to realism. For example, Paris does indeed have the Eiffel Tower in the scenery, although it's certainly not very detailed in model, but it does exist, so thought is put into the scenery. Finally getting past that yellow truck there, who I was stuck behind in the past, but gotta get off pretty soon, as you can tell by the sign above right here, 500 meters away from the Brussels exit, and I don't even know what I just got hit by right there, although that was most certainly not me. But fortunately, no one was in the lanes to the left, so everything was just fine. Just coasting right behind the Carrefour truck right here. In fact, that spasmodic turn might have been as a result of one of my other joysticks that I have plugged into my computer right now. I'm using my steering wheel, obviously, but I've also got a joystick plugged in, so that might have just been a rogue signal from that. And they're both competing for the same axis is most likely what's going on. But just 22 kilometers away here, so we are most likely arrived here. Yes, we have arrived in Brussels, so I'm just going to be making this right up here and make my way most likely to a construction site to deliver the construction equipment I've got on the back there. So I'm going to be getting in the right lane, making a right turn, and delivering this equipment. Taking a wide turn. That actually was not as wide as I'd hoped. I thought there was a median there, but not where I had expected it to be. So got unstuck, fortunately, so we're all good. My driver Cameron, as you can tell on the bottom right, driver Cameron S has leveled up. Congratulations, Cameron S. He just earned me an additional $2,000, which will help pay for that $5,600 loan installment I just recently paid for. As will this $8,000 I'm about to make right here from delivering this truck mission. Not a passing zone I'm in right now. I'm stuck behind yet another little bus van. I'm not even sure what that is. Is it a bus? Is it a van? Nobody knows. I don't know. No, it's a bus. Yeah, it is most definitely a bus, but still, nonetheless, stuck behind him. But that's alright, we're turning off right here. We are exiting to Sano, which I'm guessing is some sort of maybe farming or construction-based company out here in the woods of... yep, it is a construction site most likely here. Out in the area of Brussels, and there's lots of things for me to dodge, and I'm going very fast. Quite foolishly, most likely, but there's my point right over there, right next to the Huseman transport trailer. So I'm going to try and just pull right into where it wants to be, like so, and then pull forward quite a bit, like so. Come to a nice complete stop, look out the back, throw her into reverse, and then just inch my way back into the spot. As you can tell, this is one of the hardest parts. You've got to kind of maneuver the trailer and the truck together to get her lined up. Oh, I got it there for a sec. Popped up there on the bottom right. Oh, there we go. Okay, cargo is ready for unloading. Hit T. Okay, fine. Disconnecting. Great. Satisfactory. I'm not really sure why it would just be satisfactory. Maybe there's a little bit of damage or something. Okay, a little bit of damage. 2.1%. That's not too bad. Leveling up a little further. Made $9,000 in just that amount of time, so quite nice, really. But for now, that was the end of the first Let's Drive series video. So we have successfully delivered this construction equipment to Brussels, Belgium. Stay tuned for more videos. There will definitely be more Let's Drives in the future. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, maybe comment what you want me to talk about in my next video, where you want me to go, what you want me to do, whatever. I do enjoy playing this game in my spare time. So, until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.